Hey, Trailblazers! When you picture the states with a large Native American presence, where does your mind go? Maybe to the vast deserts of Arizona, or the sprawling plains of Oklahoma, lands etched with deep ancestral histories. And you're not wrong. Those are absolutely crucial centers of indigenous life. But you might be surprised to find out which states actually have the highest number of sovereign tribal nations today. We're counting down the top 10 states with the most federally and state-recognized Native American tribes. And let me tell you, the results will probably challenge what you think you know about the real centers of indigenous life and power in America. This isn't just about numbers. It's a story of resilience, identity, and the enduring presence of America's first peoples. Welcome to Mystic Trails. Now, the difference between federal and state recognition is a big deal. So let's clear that up. There are 574 federally recognized tribes in the U.S. These are sovereign nations that have a direct government-to-government relationship with the United States. That means they're eligible for federal funding and services. State-recognized tribes, on the other hand, are acknowledged by their state government. This gives them a certain legitimacy and some state-level benefits, but not the same rights as their federally recognized neighbors. For this list, we're looking at both to get the full picture of indigenous governance in the U.S. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Louisiana. Louisiana is home to 4 federally recognized tribes: the Chitimacha, the Coushatta, the Jaina Band of Choctaw Indians, and the Tunica-Biloxi Indian tribe. What's really special is that the Chitimacha tribe is the only one in Louisiana still living on a piece of its original ancestral homeland. But the story doesn't stop there. The state also officially recognizes another 11 tribes, including the United Huma Nation and the Choctaw Apache tribe of Ebarb. These state-recognized nations make up a huge part of Louisiana's indigenous population of over 25,000 people. Their history is woven into the landscape, from the bayous to the riverlands, and their ongoing fight for recognition makes Louisiana a quiet but important hub of tribal life in the American South. Next up, at number 9, we head to North Carolina. The situation with tribal recognition in North Carolina is pretty unique. The state is home to one of the most famous tribes in the country, the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, which is federally recognized. On top of that, North Carolina recognizes 7 other tribes at the state level, like the Kohari and Haliwa-Saponi. But the biggest player in North Carolina's indigenous politics is the Lumbee tribe. With over 55,000 members, the Lumbee are the largest tribe east of the Mississippi River. The state recognized them way back in 1885. Then, in 1956, Congress passed an act that called them an Indian tribe, but, in a cruel twist, denied them the federal benefits that come with full recognition. The Lumbee have been fighting to overturn that injustice ever since, making their struggle one of the longest and most visible fights for tribal sovereignty in the country. Our number 8 spot takes us to the Great Plains, South Dakota. For a lot of people, South Dakota is synonymous with the powerful history of the Sioux Nation, and for good reason. The state is home to 9 federally recognized tribes, most of which are distinct bands of the Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota people, known together as the Osidi-Sakowin, or 7 Council Fires. These nations include the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe, the Oglala Sioux Tribe on the Pine Ridge Reservation, and the Rosebud Sioux Tribe. The history here is profound, marked by events from the Battle of the Little Bighorn to the tragedy at Wounded Knee. Today, these 9 sovereign nations are the bedrock of culture and governance for thousands of tribal members. They run their own schools, healthcare systems, and legal infrastructures, all while working to preserve their language and traditions. Their resilience makes South Dakota a central pillar of Native American life on the Northern Plains. Coming in at number 7 is Minnesota. Known as the Land of 10,000 Lakes, Minnesota is also the homeland of 11 federally recognized tribes. These are made up of 7 Anishinaabe or Ojibwe bands in the north, and 4 Dakota, or Sioux, communities in the south. The Anishinaabe tribes include the Red Lake, White Earth, and Mille Lacs bands. The Red Lake Nation is especially unique because its lands were never handed over to the United States. It's what's known as a closed reservation, held in common by all its members. The Dakota communities, like the Shakopee-Mdewa Canton, are mainly in the southern part of the state, along the ancestral waters of the Minnesota and Mississippi rivers. These 11 tribes are vital to the state's culture and economy, and their deep connection to the land cements Minnesota's spot on our list. For number 6, let's head back to the desert Southwest, to a state that's on everyone's mind when they think of Native American history, Arizona. Arizona is home to 22 federally recognized tribes, and their lands cover about a quarter of the entire state. This is where you find some of the most iconic tribal nations in the country. A huge part of the Navajo Nation is within Arizona's borders. You also have the Hopi tribe, whose ancient village of Arribe is one of the oldest continuously inhabited places in North America. Then there's the Tohono O'odham Nation along the U.S.-Mexico border, and several Apache tribes. And who could forget the Havasupai tribe, famous for those incredible blue-green waterfalls in the Grand Canyon. The presence of these 22 sovereign nations, each with its own language, government, and culture, makes Arizona a vibrant mosaic of indigenous life. Speaking of vibrant cultures, here's a quick trivia question for you. Which U.S. state contains a huge portion of the largest Native American tribe by land area? Stick around till the end of the video for the answer. Right next door to Arizona is our number 5 state, New Mexico. They call it the Land of Enchantment, and New Mexico's culture is inseparable from its 23 federally recognized tribal nations. This includes 19 distinct Pueblo tribes, 3 Apache tribes, and a large portion of the Navajo Nation. The Pueblos have a history in this region that goes back thousands of years. Each Pueblo is its own sovereign nation. Think of Taos Pueblo, with its famous multi-storied adobe buildings. It's been continuously lived in for over 1,000 years and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Or Acoma Pueblo, perched on top of a massive mesa. Along with the Pueblos, New Mexico is home to the Jicarilla and Mescalero Apache tribes. The sheer number of sovereign Pueblo nations alone makes New Mexico a powerhouse of indigenous governance and culture. Let's head to the Pacific Northwest for our number 4 state, Washington. With 29 federally recognized tribes, Washington is a testament to the diverse indigenous cultures of the Coast Salish, Plateau, and coastal peoples. These tribes are everywhere, from the Puyallup and Muckleshoot tribes right near Seattle and Tacoma, to more remote nations like the Keno on the Pacific coast. Washington's tribes have been on the front lines of some of the most important legal battles for tribal rights, especially the 1974 Bolt decision. This landmark case reaffirmed their treaty rights to fish in their traditional places and had a huge ripple effect on tribal sovereignty across the country. Today, Washington's 29 tribes are major economic and political forces and leaders in environmental stewardship. Cracking our top 3 is a state whose modern history is completely intertwined with Native American tribes. Oklahoma. Oklahoma is home to 38 federally recognized tribal nations. Now, unlike many other states, most tribes in Oklahoma aren't on their ancestral lands. They were forcibly relocated there during the 19th century from their homes across the Southeast and Midwest. This brutal history, especially the Trail of Tears, brought nations like the Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Creek, and Seminole to what was then called Indian Territory. Today, they are headquartered in Oklahoma, alongside dozens of others like the Osage and Comanche. And in a massive 2020 Supreme Court decision, McGirt v. Oklahoma, the court confirmed that a huge part of eastern Oklahoma is legally still an Indian reservation. This ruling has fundamentally reshaped law in the state and reaffirmed the enduring sovereignty of its tribal nations. Oklahoma is truly Indian country. Our runner-up might just be the biggest surprise on this list. At number 2, it's California. California is home to a staggering 109 federally recognized tribes. Before Europeans arrived, the area was one of the most linguistically and culturally diverse places in North America, and you can still see that legacy today. The tribes are spread all over the state, from the Yurok in the northern redwood forests to the Cahuilla in the southern deserts. Many of California's tribes are located on small reservations called rancherias, which were often set up for landless Indians from different backgrounds. So their history is very different from the large treaty-based reservations you see elsewhere. Despite a horrifying history of violence and displacement, California's tribes have shown incredible resilience. With 109 sovereign nations, California is an undeniable epicenter of tribal governance in the U.S. The state with the most Native American tribes is Alaska. Alaska is home to an incredible 229 federally recognized tribes. These are mostly Alaska Native villages, and each one is recognized as a sovereign government. They represent a stunning diversity of cultures, from the Inupiat and Yupik peoples of the Arctic to the Athabascan peoples of the interior, and the Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian of the southeastern coast. Unlike in the lower 48, most Alaska Native communities don't have reservations. Their land rights were handled differently through the 1971 Alaska Native Claims Settlement Act. But even with that different legal framework, these 229 villages are sovereign governments. Their way of life is deeply tied to the land and sea, and today they are on the front lines of climate change, fighting to protect their ancestral homelands. The sheer number and diversity here make Alaska the undisputed leader on our list. And there you have it, the top 10 states with the most Native American tribes. From the bayous of Louisiana to the Arctic tundra of Alaska, the map of tribal sovereignty in America is way more complex and surprising than most people think. Now, for the answer to our trivia question. We asked which state contains a huge portion of the largest Native American tribe by land area. If you guessed Arizona, you're correct. A huge part of the Navajo Nation is within Arizona's borders. What did you think of the list? Did any of these states surprise you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. The story of America's indigenous peoples isn't just history. It's a living, breathing story of culture, governance, and resilience that's unfolding every single day. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, share, and subscribe to Mystic Trails for more journeys into the fascinating world we live in. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next trail.